What up, YouTube Digital? Oh shit, this may not be popular, but gosh darn it. Maybe that's why I'm doing it. Somebody's got to do it. You know, I've been watching videos, you know. It's YouTube. Go figure. But I've seen a trend over the last 3 years, and I've mentioned this before, but apparently people are, I don't know, idiots. Then yesterday, it just got classic. And it's the whole, like, if you don't, you know, carry a concealed weapon permit or own a gun, you're a sheeple or some bullshit like that. And you know, not everybody needs a gun. First off, there's a group of people even on YouTube that shouldn't even fucking own a gun. There's a YouTube partner, well, there's a couple YouTube partners on here. You know, the two of them, you know, the one thinks he's got his education. Go figure who that is. We try to buy his way into partnership and everything else by throwing shit around. And then you got another guy on here that's come up with all these bullshit terms that don't mean shit. But everybody keeps getting caught fucking sucking the dick of them. Sheeple and all this bullshit. Yes, I know Sheeple was been around before, but there's only one real big cocksucker who you know, brought it really to YouTube. And I'll give him credit for that. He brought a whole bunch of bullshit fucking terms. A couple of them he made up himself because he has nothing else better to do in his fucking pathetic life than to come up with terms to make him sound cool when he walks the street of fucking Mormonville. You got some other guy who's just fucking throwing around money, and then he opens up a website and he charges he charges more than MSRP for shit. You know, and you got these fuckers that are going around, you know, and they act like if you don't subscribe to their way of fucking thinking or whatever, you're not gonna win. Well, I can tell you, I don't know about the education, dumb fuck, but nutter. I'd take that little fucker to Oakland and he'd shit himself. I've seen cops just fucking get up and take off. They don't want to sit around, and they're doubled up in cars. I tried to ask some for directions. Saw him sitting there. Yo, fucking lost. 2 white boys in a brand new Nissan Altima white. All fucking things. And we're lost in the fucking hood. How the fuck do we get out of here? We're on E. We need gas. Oh, fuck. Oh shit, that was one of the scariest days of my fucking life, I tell you what. But did I have a gat that day? No. You can't live your life relying on some fucking piece of machinery to protect you. I said this with house security, home security, vehicle security, personal security. if you're going to take it even somewhat serious, it's a whole system and a whole set of layers. And when you get done with it, it's a laminated beam. Just like in housing, you could take a 4x4 piece of milled lumber, and it's not as strong as a 4x4 laminated beam, even though they don't really make them that small, but still, it wouldn't be as strong. Now, what really set me off yesterday was just somebody on here using bullshit terms, talking about like they're above and beyond being attacked because hold on I got my gun, and I always carry it. Let me give you a scenario. You're downtown, you're walking down the sidewalk, and you're so jazzed that you got the new whatever fucking Kim Kardashian nipple clamps, and you're walking down the sidewalk, a building ends, 10 feet later another building begins. It's downtown, people are fucking doing shit and everything else. There's just this small little tiny alley that goes in the back, and you're walking within about, I'd say, 3 feet from the building's wall, so you're pretty close. And the sidewalk, let's just say sidewalk is 10 feet wide, so you could be out 10 feet away from that wall, but no, you're right up against it. Not rubbing up against it, but close enough you could touch the windows. Okay, and you're walking down and everything else, and you're so happy about your nipple clamps, and you start to pass this little alley, and I'm standing up against the wall 3 feet in from the corner, and I see you, I look at you, look down, that's the ass I want to rape. Reach over, I grab your fucking ass, and I pull you in, and before you even know it, I throw a punch on a 120, 140 pound body and knock you the fuck out. What is your gun gonna do for you? Now I'm standing over you and I'm beating the shit out of you until your jaw is broken, so now you can't scream. And I do whatever I want with you. And I take your gun, I take your money, I take your car keys. I know where the fuck you live. And I know you're a victim. Not only that, most victims are going to be lifelong victims. You give me any type of shit, I got you. Oh, but digital, that's not how it goes down in the real world. Oh, really? Really? Oh, let me guess. You would have turned around and kung fu gripped him and shot him 5 times in the eyeball or something? From 155 millimeters away? Shoot a dime out of his eye? What the fuck? No, that's exactly how it happens. Do you think rapists, muggers, carjackers get away with their crimes because they come right up to you and say, "Hi, I am going to punch you in the face, and then I'm going to take you out back and I'm going to rape you"? Are you okay with that? If you have a gun, please shoot me now. First mistake is not being in the zone. You're walking out in the street. Now, some people will argue, well, you should be closer to the buildings than out to the street because somebody could drive by and just grab you. Okay, but if that is the case, I would still walk up, along the side. But if I saw that alley coming up, which I would have noticed, I would move my way out, and as I'm walking through, I'm going to be checking that shit. I'm not just going to walk by and texting my phone, worrying about my nipple clamps. All the years I've been listening to the scanner, all the years that I've been paying attention to cops, or reading the newspaper or anything that has to deal with crime, you'll see 80%, maybe more. I'm being nice with 80%. People can't even describe their attacker anywhere close. Oh, he was a black guy. Okay? He was kind of tall. Okay, what's your version of kind of tall? You're 5'2", so is kind of tall 5'5", or is kind of tall 5'9", or is kind of tall 6'2"? I don't know. Only thing I know is he had a 14-inch penis in my ass and it tore me. Oh, okay. Well, we can't just ask everybody to drop trowel. I mean, I guess if it was TGO, he'd just do it. But so first off, what is free? What is free? You don't need no gun permit. You don't need to buy a $500 fucking pistol or anything else. The best piece of self-defense is free. And if you looked at the attacked victims, in almost all of those cases, they didn't use it. So having a handgun means absolutely dick. Hell, there was 2 cases in Chico where I lived and stuff, where people with CCWs got their ass handed to them and their gun taken. You know what descriptions they gave? A bunch of kids. Gee, that's narrowed down. I guess it's a good thing you had a gun and you weren't a sheeple. The fact is criminals, for the most part, are going to fucking fuck you up fast. And a couple of punches later, you're not gonna start thinking clearly. Especially if it's a guy my size punching somebody the size of my wife. I could collapse her skull. Now, every time I've called the cops, I give them, gentleman's African American, 6 foot, blue Levi's, sagged, white Nikes, black t-shirt, Raiders, number 32 on the back, running eastbound, 12th Street, ETA, about 3 minutes ago. Now cops can go. They can actually might even get a chance to even catch the son of a bitch, because it caught me off guard to begin with. Most criminals are going to catch their victim completely off guard because they're not paying attention. When I go up to an ATM machine, I'm looking all over the place before I even get the fuck out of the car. Most people don't even realize there's a mirror or a polished piece of metal on the ATM machine about eye level so you can look behind you while you're on the machine. People need to pay the fuck attention more. Your gun is not going to replace your fucking brains. The other thing is you need to learn how to defend yourself without your fucking gun. I can guarantee you most people would not want to get in a fight with me and I get a hold of it. Sure, I'm not going to run around like Muhammad Ali and everything else, but if I take you to the ground where most people don't know how to fight to begin with, and then I know how to use my leverage, I'll snap a bitch. So can I defend myself with my broken back and the way I am? Yeah. Sure can. You just gotta know what you're doing. I've been in enough fights. I've had my ass kicked enough times that it doesn't even bother me anymore. Last time I was getting in a fight, some guy's like, "Oh, you should be scared." Why? The worst thing that happens is you get your ass kicked. I've already been there, done that. So it doesn't matter. But you need to be trained. I'd love to get back in. There's a Krav Maga place here. Hopefully I can get my injections done so I can get back in and start doing that. But people need training. Don't go and take karate. Don't go take that type of martial art. I'm not against them. They're great. But here's the key problem with those styles. Is those are for people with honor. On the streets, today, there is no honor. So, until you get, higher up into the system, you're not going to do that great on the street. I've seen it with my own eyes. Sure, if you're a brown belt or whatever, but how long did it take you to get there? When you could take systems like, basic MMA, fight, which is a haganah, which is a Krav Maga, or, Brazilian Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, whatever, with some Muay Thai mixed in. That's a great one right there. You get your strikes and you get your ground game. Take a little of both of those. There you go. You don't have to be a black belt. Get a little boxing in there. But just because you have a gun doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely fucking dick. There's a lot of people out here that live in areas that you can't have guns. So you gotta counter with everything you got. And I know some people that have done Krav Maga that don't need guns. Unless somebody's gonna shoot them at like fucking 20, 30 yards or whatever. Up close, that guy's too fucking badass. He can fuck me up without even thinking about it. I wouldn't even wrestle with that fucker. But, yeah. Way too many fucking people on here that are waving around a gun and thinking that's their protection. And sadly, it's their downfall. Because they let everything else go. And when you do that, you lose. Criminals are not cool people. They don't fight fair. I know this. I know people in prison long stretches. The guy that broke my back is in prison for life. I've known him half my life. I've known people from Hell's Angels. I've known people from fucking the Mexican Mafia, MS-13, and others shit. They don't fight fair. They don't give a shit. And they are dirty. They will come out and grab you and beat you before you even know it. Because they're scared bitches like that. Because they can't fight fair. So if you don't have the mental fucking bullshit to start, you're gonna lose. Don't believe me? Go around and ask any cop. Anybody that's been out on the fucking street. So, anywho, don't let a gun make you think you're fucking Hercules or whatever, because it doesn't do shit. Hell, most of the times it could cause more problems than good. Get yourself prepared otherwise first.